All right, now the next thing on the homework, number 18, is the weighted mean. And this is actually problem number 18. There's some that were in the notes, but I find from past experience, everybody gets stuck on this problem anyway. So why don't we work through the actual problem from the actual homework, and that way, instead of trying to transfer over something from the notes, it'll be the exact problem, and you'll be able to figure out what's going on. Okay, now this is the formula for the weighted mean. It says something about you took some classes, you want your GPA, and you're supposed to use a weighted mean. Okay, now these are the credit hours for each class. A 3 credit hour, 3 credit hour, 2 credit hour, 4 credit. So those are the weights, because a 4 credit hour class should count a whole lot more than a 2 credit hour class. So it's going to get a lot of weight. That's why those are the weights. And your X's are the grades you got. A is a 4, B is a 3. This is GPA. You know how GPA works. That, unfortunately, was a D. Okay, so you've got that. Now you try and follow the formula. First of all, this is something about WX. WX would be to multiply them together. 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times 3 is 9. 2 times 3 is 6. 4 times 1 is 4. And 3 times 4 is 12. Okay, and then it says this sigma again. So add up all of those. All right, so 12 plus 9 plus 6 plus 4 plus 12 is 43. So that's what they asked me to do for the numerator. Multiply column W times column X, add it all up, and that's the numerator. Denominator says add up all of the W's. Okay, so this is 15 hours. 15 hours of class. That was the denominator. So now if I want my GPA, if I divide that out, 43 divided by 15 is 2.8666. All right, we'll call that 2.87. So that'd be your GPA at that point, is a 2.87. Okay, so when you're doing homework for number 18, you just basically copy that over again. All right, and then after that, it suddenly says standard deviation homework before it goes into chapter 3, so it's still in chapter 2. That's where I said, well, 2.4 is kind of held off for a week because standard deviation, guaranteed you do not want to do standard deviation by hand using the formula or anything like that. You definitely want that stat button. Okay, which is why I'm giving you a little bit of time to get a hold of the calculator before we actually go over how to use the calculator for that. And you can't really do standard deviation homework on that until after you've seen how to use the calculator button on that. So that's why it's kind of in a little category by itself. So if you want to be working on the homework, you can do lots of chapter 2. If you want to hold off and give me all of chapter 2 after you've seen how to use the calculator, that's fine too.